Hello guys, and I am G Killer, and I'm with you tonight to show a new game I've started playing. I don't have many videos because I'm just starting out doing some game videos. I came across this game a couple of days ago. I was introduced to it by a friend, and I've really enjoyed learning how to play this game. It's been really intense, so I want to share my knowledge with everybody else who struggle to understand the game. So we're just going to go, this is just an intro video. I'm just going to go over basics of the game, show you some the areas on board the submarines. Wolfpack's basically based on a World War II game, and it's a realistic simulation game. So just to go through the basic stuff, first of all, on the menu we have my mouse cursor seems to have disappeared now. That's good. Start to the tutorial. As you can see, I've got a little cursor. You've got all your different options, so you can go into here and set all your different game settings, your keyboard, your video and audio, which is quite basic. And also we have a manual which will get you started with the game, but it doesn't explain a great deal, but it's worth a quick read. It'll give you some information about spotting ships and things like that, which I'll cover in all our tutorials. Anyway, sorry, I've got hiccups at the moment. So anyway, we want to play the game, so it brings us to the lobby list. This is where you can join on to your friends and other games that are going on at the moment. As you can see, we've got two people that's waiting to do a game here. You can also start a new lobby, and it'll give you an option if you don't want anybody, or you want friends only and everybody can join or whatever. I've just created a basic room with a password so nobody can join us while we're doing this. You've got two options here. You've got your tutorial and you've got your skirmish missions. We're just going to go with tutorial mission for now, just so I can run you through the basics. So let's get started and get into the game. Okay, we have 4 submarines to pick from. When we get to this menu, we've got the U-96, we've got the U-552, we've got the 564, and also the 307. All the submarines are exactly the same on the interior. The exterior is, you know, some of it's just got different logos on. To be honest with you, I have been lazy and not done my research. I know each sub actually means something from World War II. If you want this information, guys, I don't mind trying to find it for you, and I can do a video on what each of the subs actually meant in the game. But for now, I'm just going to join the captain's area. So you can have 5 people on each sub, and you can have up to 4 subs on one game. So you can have 20 people in one game. So these roles are the captain, the navigator, the helmsman, sonar, and the dive officer. For now, I'm just going to go as the captain, just so I can have a quick walk around the sub and show you where all the areas are. But like I said, this is just an introduction to the submarine. I will do tutorials for each and every one of the sections. So to get started, we'll go into the back room first. We'll go straight into here and we'll get this bit done. This is the radio room, and I've just stood behind the curtain. As you can see, we've got our little radio man here. We can actually have the radio man off, which then gives us access to all the Enigma and the Morse code system and the receiving and transmitting of the radio waves. Like I said, I will explain all this in the tutorial, how it all works. On this side we have a record player, so we can play some music to all our crew, and we have the hydrophone, which is just here, so you can listen out while we're underwater for the convoy and ship propellers, and we can also track our torpedoes. So it's quite an handy piece of software for our sonar man to be doing. Going through to the main deck and straight round the corner, we have our helm control here. So we have our engines, we have the port and starboard engines, we have our compass for direction, we have a rudder control, we have our battery indicator here, and we have our speedometer here. Next to this we have our dive controls, for our dive planes. We have our indicators for our RPM of our engines, for starboard and port. Sorry, starboard and port this side. We've got our depth meter on this side, which gives us up to 25 meters on this one, and the one opposite, it gives us more of a deeper depth meter. I will, like I say, I'll cover all this in the tutorial. And then you have these other interacting stations here. So you have your ballast pressures, your trim tank, and your negative tanks here. Like I say, this is just a quick look around the submarine, just to get an introduction of the submarine. We have our forward ballast tanks valves here, and we have our aft ballast tanks valves here. We've got our air compressor, the compressors here, and this is the bilge pump, which will pump any water we've taken on board the sub during I don't know, depth charges being thrown in the water, whatever whatever happens, or you hit the ocean floor. Hopefully once you know how to use the Echo Ranger, we won't be hitting any floors, which will be good. I'll explain that during the video tutorial of the diving of the submarine. Just here we have our navigational map area. I'll explain what all these dials do on this station as well. If we go up to the first deck of the ladder, we have our TDC, or torpedo data computer, up here. We also have another ELM control here, which controls the rudder and the two engines, and then we have our TAC periscope in the side here, which we can rise up and down however you want. And then up here, if we go further, we can actually go to the bridge, and on the bridge we have another ELM control here, which only controls the direction of the ship for the rudder, and we also have our UZO, so we can look through the binoculars to spot any enemy ships when we're looking. And there's one just over here somewhere. There we go. There's one of the ships. He won't attack us because we're on a tutorial. We have our anti-aircraft gun on the back. As it stands at the moment, we don't have aircrafts in the game, so it's in a future development, as the game is still in early access. They're still adding more stuff to the game, and we can also take a nice little stroll across the sub to the rear, and we can also go to the front where our main deck gun is located. Like I said, I'll explain all this in tutorial missions, how to use them when it comes to it. I think that's all the areas covered. Like I said, I'm going to do each episode will be on a different area of the submarine. I might leave the navigation till last, as it's one of the longest, and there's a lot to cover in that. I'm going to try and keep the videos to about no more than half an hour a length. Some of them will be a lot smaller because there's not a lot to explain, so they'll be quite quick. But like I said, I will go through each of the areas and we'll cover each of the systems, and eventually I might do a last video and put it all together. Hopefully I'll try and get some other guys in so they can help me out, because some of it you can't do on your own, because there's a lot to the game. If you want to do navigational, you'll need a helmsman to help you do. I'll explain it all when we get to that stage. It's easier that way, but I will hopefully get some help. I will link below in the YouTube video. I will link the Discord of Wolfpack. I will also link any other links that I use for any instruments outside of the game that I use to get all my mathematics equations for getting the ship's speed, for instance, the angle to bow, and relative stuff like that, which I will cover, like I said, in each episode of what we cover. I will post the relative links that are needed for you to do a successful, hopefully a successful sink of another enemy ship. So that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, give us a comment, let us know what you think of the video. Please try and keep it nice. It'd be nice if I had loads of nice comments. Also, if there's any other thing you want to add that I miss during the episodes, please just message me below. I will either re-upload a new version of it to cover that particular area. If it's not too important, I will just comment and reply to you and just explain what it is you're after and things like that. So thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. I'm G Killer, and good night.